Hello.
Sup?
We're back. Episode 18 of the Misyk And Maat Sports Talk podcast.
Fun fact for you. Brett Ritchie has scored more goals on the Flames this year than for the Flames.
What happened, Cody?
He tried to block a shot, but didn't exactly get in the way. And the puck deflected off his stick, went up in the air. Markstrom didn't see it, and it went in.
Brett Ritchie for you. That's the Ritchie bros have combined for 2 or 3 goals this year. All of them coming from the Baconator, Nick Ritchie, Leaf legend. Nick Ritchie, let's play a game called How Many Goals?
That was awesome when he scored against the Oilers in the playoffs.
2 goals. Wasn't that game 7?
Yep, that was a game winner.
Shout out Nick Ritchie. He's got 2 goals. I think they both came against Colorado in 2 different games, ironically.
He's only 26.
Well, yeah, he was picked in the 2014 NHL entry draft.
Nick Ritchie kind of bad.
Kinda.
I forgot he played for Boston.
How long did he... Because I know he got traded in the... different trade.
Well, Nick Ritchie was Bonds in World Juniors.
What was his stats?
1 goal in 7 games and 6 PIM.
Well, I wonder what year... What did they do that year?
2015.
Didn't they win that year? That was the...
Yeah, that was Domi's year.
I think I remember... I remember watching it back then, but I know when they canceled the World Juniors this year, which they might be bringing back this summer, which we'll talk about after. But I remember when they canceled it this year, they put on just old reruns. And I remember they put on one of the 2015 games, and I was like, this is actually a pretty good team. Like, Nick Ritchie, I remember.
I'm pretty sure Lawson Krause was on that team.
I can tell you right now. Sam Reinhart, Nick Patan, Leaf legend, Connor McDavid, Domi,
Duke.
I'm on the Curtis Lazar.
Oh, boy.
Duclair, Robbie Fabry, Goat. Scrolling down, Braden Point was on that team, I guess.
Yeah.
Jake Virtanen, bum. Madison Bowie, Josh Morrissey. It didn't give me just a team candidate list. It gave me an everyone list.
Oh.
So I saw William Nylander, and I was like, crazy. Joe Hickett's Goat. Oh, Mads Eller. We've talked about Mads Eller on the pod before. Oil King legend. And Lars's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, he went to the OHL after playing in the dub. He wasn't even that bad in the dub. He had like half a point per game. Probably shouldn't talk about Mads Eller in the first 3 minutes. I love it, Mads Eller. No, I'm just kidding. I do remember him playing. Who else? Any good names? Shea Theodore played for Canada.
Oh, wow.
One more good one.
Shea Theodore.
Darnell Nurse.
The doctor.
He had, I guess he's a defenseman, but Nick Ritchie technically played better. Points-wise. Because Nick Ritchie had a goal and he only had an assist.
Braden Point was a 3rd-round pick.
That's the crazy thing. I love watching old World Juniors games because you get to see who actually turned out.
Yeah.
Like, I love just watching that and just being like, oh, that guy was actually pretty damn good. Or that guy kind of sucks.
Braden Point was drafted in the 3rd round. Calgary selected Brandon Hickey, who never played a game.
Brandon Hickey. What year was this?
2014, the Ekblad draft. Draisaitl.
Kind of.
No, there's a Thomas Hickey who played. Brandon Hickey played for Spruce
Thomas
Grove.
Hickey was a 4th overall pick.
Oh, man.
But I think by L.A. I was just going to say I was just mistaken him. You know what I'm trying to say. For Thomas Hickey, who I think is still playing, but in the AHL, or he just hasn't played.
Oh, my God. Oilers select William Legason a couple picks later. Devin Taves.
Devin Taves is really good.
Yeah.
Thomas Hickey still is playing, and I think he makes like $3 million, which is funny because 4th overall. This draft is kind of goated. The 2007 draft.
You know that's not good.
Do you want to guess who was 3rd, 4th, and 5th? I'll give you the teams. Because the first two
Which year was this?
2007. Because the first two are pretty good. It's Patrick Kane and then JVR.
Okay.
But third overall, Phoenix Coyotes. Who do they pick?
2007?
Yeah.
My gosh, dude, that was so long ago.
Phoenix, now Arizona. This guy...
Is he still playing?
Yes. He got sent down. He's still technically under contract.
Holy crap.
Do you want to know who he's playing on now?
Yeah, sure, that'll help.
The Edmonton Oilers.
And he got sent down.
Yeah. Forward.
Oh my gosh, dude.
They signed him to a 2-year deal last summer.
Oh, Kyle Turris.
Yeah.
I have a Kyle Turris card of him on the Coyotes.
I forgot that he played for the Coyotes. And then obviously we just talked about Thomas Hickey, 5th overall, Washington Capitals. He's no longer playing. He's a defenseman. There's a funny picture of him in the Winter Classic with like sunglasses on. Do you know him?
Huh?
Are you guessing? 5th overall.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't listening. Wait, say that all again.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at draft picks.
5th overall, Washington selects a defenseman. He doesn't play in the league anymore. And there's a funny picture of him in the Winter Classic with sunglasses on.
Oh, Carl Alsner. That picture of him on the bench, he's like... That picture's so funny. Carl.
And then Sam Gagner picked right after. Sam Gagner's almost at 1,000 games.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I saw Sam Gagner score a really cool goal against the Yotes in the shootout once. We talked about it last episode because Hoomp always leaves games before they end, apparently. And Keaton Ellerby, Brandon Sutter, Lars Eller, Mads' brother. Who are some good ones? Ian Cole.
Talking about Sam Gagner, first ever Oiler game I went to. They lost 3-1 to Dallas, and it was in the last minute, and it was 3-0 Dallas. Or it was like a couple minutes left, and the people in front of us were like, "We're leaving. This is garbage." And then I'm like, "The Oilers are going to score." And he's like, "No, they're not, buddy." And with 30 seconds left, Sam Gagner broke the shutout.
They still lost, though.
Well, yeah, but still, it was Gagner.
Sam Gagner's name in French is something... It's something like win.
Yeah, Gagner means win.
Yeah, because I remember seeing
win.
that. I remember seeing that on like the back of like cereal boxes when they'd have like contests, and I'd be like, "It's like the Oiler. It's like Sam."
Yeah.
That time that we went to the Oiler versus Vancouver Canucks game, a.k.a. the game a few years ago when Louis Eriksson scored his first goal of the season like 30 games in. And
Marcus Granlund like slew-footed Markstrom, I'm pretty sure. Or he bumped into him because he got a goalie interference call.
I remember Ryan was getting food, and he's like, "What happened?" He was like yelling at us. He's like, "What's going on?"
And I was like, Marcus Granlund just ran over Markstrom, and he was like, "Oh."
No, but that game, we had a few encounters that game. Like, that was kind of a crazy night. Like, Ryan almost got hit by a taxi when we were leaving the building. There was some drunk guy who was like, "Oh, I'll put my beers here. Yeah, where's my beers here?"
Dude, Marcus Granlund had 4 points in 34 games with the Oilers.
I remember when Marcus Granlund signed, and I saw a post like, "Oh my God, I can't believe the Oilers got Granlund," and I'm like, "Wrong Granlund, buddy." No, but that game was also the time that the person sitting beside us was like, "Sam Gagner, green." He's like, "Sam, I am
Sam,
green
like,
eggs and ham." That was an eventful night.
That was fun. That was the night you ate all the nachos too.
Those nachos were good. I don't.
Ethan ate them all.
They were so good. They're delicious. I wanted. Do they still sell those? They were like loaded nachos with like everything.
Oh yeah.
They don't. I guess I don't know because they don't sell food at Rogers Place. They haven't sold food in a while. So, like, who knows? I don't. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Sam Gagner, green eggs and ham. That was also the day where the Canucks scored, but they didn't know it went in.
Oh, yeah.
And then they kept playing, and then the horn got blown, and Ryan went, thank God they blew the horn. He's like, the Oilers needed that. The Canucks were buzzing. And I looked at him, and I'm like, that means Vancouver scored. And he was like,
yeah, that was Tyler Graovac.
Yes, I remember Tyler Graovac, because I remember I think I mistook him for Zach McEwen, and you went, that's Graovac.
Yeah, I remember we had an argument. Tyler, I'm like, that was Graovac, and you're like, oh no.
And then we didn't we search up the box score?
Yeah, and it was Graovac, and I went,
Holy, I forgot. Tyler Graovac kind of sucks.
I know.
Dynamo Minsk. He's a half a point a game in the KHL. He's playing with Taylor Beck. Let's go. And Mario Kempe.
Yote legend.
Adrian's bro. Who else is on this team? Matthias Tedenby. First round pick in 2008. I remember once in NHL 14, I think, when they released it in Sweden, they put him on the cover. Tedenby, the GOAT. He's actually been pretty consistent in Europe. Shout out Matthias Tedenby. Maybe he'll come back. Probably not, because he's old and bad. Horrible. Okay, we are 12 minutes in, and we haven't even congratulated ourselves. We have a new subscriber.
Yay.
For those of you who don't keep track or check the Misyk and Maat Sports Talk followers, we haven't gained a sub in months. If you're listening, give us a follow or subscribe.
Yeah.
Shout out number 42. I put in the notes, oh my gosh, 42 subs, finally another fan. If subscriber number 42 is listening right now,
thank you.
Comment. We'll shout you out. We'll bring you on the pod. Just kidding. Maybe if you're a sports enthusiast like me, insider, still no news in baseball.
Actually, Shohei Ohtani is on the cover of MLB 22.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Shohei. Showtime.
MLB 22. When does it come out? April? I think so.
Or March. Probably April. I think it's April.
Yeah. Either way, we get to a new game. Finally, they've let out who's on the cover. Shout out Shohei Ohtani, the AL MVP. Yeah, I don't know. I would be cool if Vlad was on there. Maybe one day. Big man, Big Vlad.
Thinking of big man, remember Andy Sutton?
Yeah, Oiler legend Andy Sutton.
I'm looking at old teams and Andy Sutton showed up.
Cody's always up to something because I always see him looking down. This time, are you looking at old Oiler teams?
Games against the Flames, Lee Stepniak hat-trick.
Leaf legend Lee Stepniak.
I forgot about Lee Stepniak.
When you said Lee Stepniak, it caught me off guard. Who did they trade Lee Stepniak for? Carlo Koliakovo and Alex Steen. Leafs are so awesome. Mario Ferraro. Lee Stepniak was traded for the pick for Mario Ferraro. He's a pretty good defenseman. That's pretty cool.
Who did he get traded for? Or who'd Calgary trade him for?
Calgary traded him for a third-round pick. Madison Akopelli.
Who'd they trade to get him?
They traded Damon Langkow.
Oh, I remember Damon.
Damon Langkow? I forgot about this guy. He played over... Here's the thing. I've never heard of this guy before, and he was picked 5th overall and played over 1,000 games.
Damon?
Yeah.
You've never heard of him?
I'm sure I've heard of him, but not really a noticeable I don't think about Damon Langkow. He played for the Yotes. He played for the Yotes multiple times.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty crazy that he played over 1,000 games that I've never heard of this guy. Who are you traded for, Damon? Lee Stempniak? And that's it. No, we got plenty to talk about in hockey. The only baseball news, I guess, was
Showtime
on the cover. I'm actually really excited for that game. I hope I don't know. Like, I am excited, but at the same time, how much different will it be? Like, I still like playing Road to the Show because it's fun, but like, what else is there to do? Like, franchise mode's cool, but it's always the same every year. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, they just released some stuff, like just the cover. So we'll find out more in the coming months. More to talk about. Hopefully, baseball is out of lockout soon.
Yeah, I pray to God.
Because here's the thing. We were coming into like prime baseball talk. It's the friggin' off season. We get to talk about all the off season moves. We could have done team previews. But here's the thing. Spring training is starting, or supposed to be starting, in like what, April? What's with the big face? Cody just went,
that first ever hockey game I saw, Dallas Edmonton. Louis played for Dallas.
Did Dallas draft him?
I think so. The goals that game. First goal for Dallas, Radek Dvorak from Eric Nystrom and Vernon Fiddler.
The
second goal, Thomas Vincor from Philip Larson and Jamie Benn.
Oiler legend Philip Larson.
Empty netter, Michael Ryder. And then with 30 seconds left, Gagne from Hemsky and Smith.
That was your first game?
Yep. Sheldon. Oh, yeah, and I remember whenever Sheldon Surrey touched the puck, he got booed. Oh, my God, Mark Fistrick, Ryan Garbutt, Goligoski. Oh, my, Steve Ott. Oh, my gosh, dude.
I don't remember exactly when the first game I went to was, but I know it was against Calgary, and we left in the second period. Or maybe it was the first intermission.
Andy Sutton, baby.
Because I know I didn't finish my first game, and I'm pretty sure it was against Calgary.
He started crying.
No, it was scary. I was really young. How old were you when you went to that game?
Pretty young. The first ever I didn't cry at that one. First ever Oil King game I went to against Regina. Regina won 6-1, and when Edmonton scored, I started crying.
I don't think I cried at the Oil Kings game, but I remember being scared of the horn, especially because it's super loud when you're in lower bowl.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if it gave you PTSD and now you're like, ah! Like that game. What was the score of that Oil Kings game we went to this year when it was like 9-2. 9 times a Greek game.
Yeah. And the first Oil King game I went to, Everly, was a 2 star.
That's sick.
He was on Regina, and he had like a 4-point game.
I forgot that he played for Regina. There's not a lot of good players that come out of Regina.
He was on an NHL Slapshot. He was on Regina.
I don't think I've ever played NHL. What was NHL Slapshot on?
Like greatest hockey game ever.
Well, I played my first NHL game was NHL 2K11 with Ryan Kessler.
He hasn't played NHL Slapshot. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't have it.
He didn't play it.
Well, I don't claim to play it.
I played 2K12 with Kessler.
11.
That was 11, yeah.
He
was in the wagers, and he's like,
yeah. I actually I still sometimes, like, if I ever go on my Wii, sometimes I'll play 2K11 because it's some good memes.
It's so bad.
It's a horrible game.
Yeah.
But like for the time, like that's over a decade ago.
Yeah, that game was really fun when it had like come out. You could drive the Zamboni.
Yeah. And then if you won the cup in the GM mode, you could skate around with your guys with the cup, which kind of sucks that that's not a thing in NHL 22. 22, yeah? Yeah, 22. Which also is I think we haven't really talked about NHL in a while, but I think it's a pretty decent game. The only thing that kind of sucks is that we can't play together. But
this NHL is like my favorite in a while. Some people are complaining. I think the gameplay is really good.
I think it's solid, But, like, obviously, there's always things that can be improved. And, like, the thing that we can't play together isn't the game's fault.
Yeah.
It's PlayStation.
Yeah, like, for NHL, the CPUs are so stupid.
They're getting better, though.
The passing kind of sucks, but I like that they fixed the backdoor move where you can't score backdoor every time.
It's nice. When you play online, I feel like people still score backdoor all the time, other than when you try and do it.
Oh.
Like, I think I've only played like 4 or 5 online games, and I think I've won either all of them or most of them. But I've had a few like late game comebacks just because I feel like I'm getting, how do I say, fucked by the computer.
I don't even know if I've played online.
It took me a while. Like, I started, like, I think my first online was maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It took a long time.
I used to play online all the time.
Well, you and me used to play online together.
Yeah.
We've had some really good online games.
We once beat a guy as the Prince Albert Raiders, and he was the Tampa Bay Lightning. We won with Caden Gooley.
And Alexi Protas.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were, it was late, and it was going to be like our last game, and we kept making, like, there's inside jokes about, like, Caden Gooley that we have, and we're like, okay, we'll play as Prince Albert, and we get matched up with the Cup champs, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah, we're like, we're going to get clapped.
Somehow we won that game. Weisblatt was on that team, too.
Oh, yeah.
I only think of Alexi and Caden as of right now.
I found another Olds game I went to.
Which game?
Oh, it was the season after. Oilers versus Blue Jackets. First period, 10 seconds in, Cam Atkinson scores on Nikolai. Assist to Matt Calvert. Then, Matt Calvert scores from Atkinson and Anisimov. Then, Magnus Payarvi gets him on the board from Gagne. Then, Eberle assists to Hall, Nuge. And then, Columbus third goal, Anisimov from Nikita Nikitin. And then, Sean Horkoff ties it, assist to Yakupov and Ryan Jones. Then, Atkinson regains the lead for Columbus from Artem Anisimov. Then, Corey Potter. Then Alex Hemsky, and then Sam Gagne, green eggs and ham, and Sergei Bobrovsky was in that. Dalton Prout. Oh my gosh.
Dalton Prout. I forgot about Dalton Prout.
Feder Tootin. RJ Omberger.
I remember I saw Nikita Nikitin's first Oiler goal.
That's actually really cool.
I don't remember who it was. That is so cool.
It is.
Nikita Nikitin, first Oiler goal. I don't remember who it was against, but I remember it was a blast from the point. First Oiler goal. How do you remember which game you went to? Like, how do you remember
score? Because the first game I went to, like I said, I remember the only two things I remembered was it was 3-1 Dallas. Michael Ryder scored and Gagne scored in the last minute. And then I remember from the Columbus game, I remember Columbus scored in the first minute. And then I remember Corey Potter scored. And I remember the score was 6-4. And I remember who I went with.
I want to try and find that Nikita Nikitin game.
It's so much fun looking back on games you went to.
First, I think it was against the Capitals. And if I might be wrong, but this might be Leon Draisaitl's first goal. No, it wouldn't be.
I wonder if I can find the games I went to in Chicago.
Nikita Nikitin. I'm going to find this whether you like it or not. October 23rd, 2014. October 23rd, 2014. Oiler score. Box score. That's what I want. Box score. I don't know if this was the Leon Draisaitl's first goal, but I did see that. It was either against Washington or Carolina. I did see it. Scoring summary, it wasn't. Sad face. It was Nikitin's. It was this game. Justin Schultz from Teddy Purcell and David Perron. Then Washington ties it up. John Carlson on the PP from Backstrom and Johansson. And then Mike Green from Burakovsky. Then Nuge ties it up. And best day ever. Nikitin scores his first goal on the power play, assisted by Teddy Purcell and Leon Draisaitl. So I guess Leon's first goal was against Carolina, because I do remember seeing it. I was at that game. First goal.
I just found a game that me and Ethan were at.
The Anaheim game?
Yep. First goal, 35 seconds in. Bonino.
Nick Bonino.
Then Gagne. Then Evs assist to Marincin. Then Patrick Maroon for Anaheim. Then Oscar Clefbaum. Then Matthew Perreault ties it, set up by Pat Maroon and Teemu Solani.
I remember.
Won it, and Matt Hendricks had 2 fights that game. One was against Matt Belenski.
I remember that game because that was also Clefbaum's first NHL goal.
Yeah.
I remember I had really good seats because my uncle took me, and we were like right behind the Ducks net in overtime, and we watched Andrew Ference fucking blast that shit. And my uncle, I remember he was like, I didn't know Andrew Ference could do that shit. I don't think my dad likes Andrew Ference. I don't really love him either.
Yeah.
Horrible choice for Oiler captain. Yeah. There was an article a few years ago that someone put out, and they were talking about captains in the NHL, and they clearly just searched up Oiler captain because the picture was of Andrew Ference, and like this was like last summer. And I remember reading it, and I'm like, did you not look when you fucking picked this picture? Like, this is Andrew Ference when he flipped off Montreal.
Yeah, and in this Ducks game, Luke Gazdic played 5 minutes.
I remember Luke Gazdic scoring in his first NHL game against Winnipeg.
Oh, my gosh, dude, Luke.
Didn't Luke Gazdic play for the Flames?
I know he played for New Jersey.
And Dallas. I think he started in Dallas. I'm pretty sure he played for your Flames. Les Flames. Come on, Google. Come on, do your thing. Work your magic. Luke Gazdic played a total of 147 NHL games. Did not play for the Flames. He played in the preseason for the Flames and for the Stockton Heat, where he scored 1 goal and 1 assist and 59 penalty minutes.
Attaboy.
Attaboy Luke, the GOAT. Luke Gazdic played up until 1920, which is kind of crazy to me.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't play in the NHL since 16-17, but he was in the A. He's only 32. Wow, Luke Gazdic. What a guy. No, but I do remember a lot of those Oiler teams. I feel like there's been a lot of times that I don't know if we've done it on the pod a lot, but on the pod we definitely have. We do love to do like deep dives on Hockey DB, just looking at old teams. But I don't know if we've ever looked at the Oiler teams. I know there's a lot of them. Theo Peckham.
Yep.
Matt Hendricks. I remember when he got traded for Devin Dubnyk. Who else? Steve Pinizzato, Oiler enforcer. I remember when they had all the shitty enforcers like Gazdic and Pinizzato and Mike Brown. That's what Leaf legend. Mike
Brown. Oh my gosh.
Who else did they bring in? I think they had Mark Frazier, also Leaf legend.
I think so, yeah.
Let's just search up 2000. What year would this be? 13 and Edmonton Oiler roster. Because I know some of these like rosters are crazy funny to me. I also forgot that David Perron was super good that year. He almost had 60 points with the Oilers, which is crazy.
Yeah, I remember he was really good with the Oilers.
Boyd Gordon, Yotes legend.
Face-off legend.
I remember, who did they trade for Boyd Gordon? Who was it? They made a trade with the Yotes. Lori Korpikoski.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about Lori Korpikoski, too. Holy shit, this is like a throwback. Lori Korpikoski. Wow. That's actually really crazy to me. Not to get sidetracked on something that we've already been sidetracked on. Mark Arcabello, Leaf legend and Yote legend. Yessi Yoensu, Will Acton, I think also Leaf legend. Martin Marincin, do I have to say it? We already know. Nick Schultz. Ladislav Schmid. I thought about Ladislav Schmid yesterday. Because the New Jersey Devils have a guy who's named Schmid, who they played in goal last night. He really sucks, but I do remember. And then I was like, Ladislav. When wasn't Ladislav Schmid like a top 10 pick by Anaheim?
I think so. He played for the Flames.
Yeah, trading in the LB Laurent Brossois and Roman Horak trade.
I found another game.
Okay, shoot.
It was 4-3 Oilers against the Yotes. This was in grade 7, and it went to a shootout. First goal, Steve Downey.
Steve Downey.
Set up by Martinook and Richardson.
I forgot about Steve. This was in a shootout?
No, this was
the game.
The first period scoring.
Did it end in a shootout?
Yep.
This might have been the game where Sam Gagner had that sick goal that I was talking about in the shootout.
No. Wait. No.
It's a different one against the Yotes.
And Louis Domingue was playing this game. Richardson scored.
We ironically talked about Louis Domingue earlier, not off pod, I believe. Who did he get traded for? Louis Domingue. It was the draft pick. I'll search it up. We talked about it when we were looking at shit earlier before the pod.
Everly scored twice this game. I remember Duclair's goal from Domi. It was a 2-on-1. Perfect saucer pass, and I remember Duclair ripped it top cheddar. It was dirty.
Oh, so this was a while after what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this was grade 7.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking because that would have been a lot long. What am I trying to say? A lot longer before, because Duclair was a Ranger before a Yote. The guy I was thinking about was Jared Stahl.
Yeah,
when he got traded for Louis Domingue, GOAT.
And I remember Mikhail Bodker's shootout goal.
Bodker. There's a lot of names that you just forget about.
Like Domi missed in the shootout.
Is that when you were a big Yote fan?
Yeah, that was my first year. That was Domi's rookie season.
Do you think we can talk about this later, but do you think Domi gets traded this trade deadline?
They're probably going to try to. If he doesn't get traded, he'll leave Columbus in the offseason easily.
Oh, 100%. But, he's a 1-year deal, UFA. We could talk about this later because I think...
I'd like to see him get traded.
I think it would be cool on the Leafs, following his dad's footsteps.
Dude, if he got traded to the Leafs, I'd automatically love the Leafs again.
Well, I think he's... it's not likely just because his contract is so big.
Yeah.
But I think he's the perfect player for them. Like, kind of can chip in offensively and kind of chippy. And the fans would love him because of his dad. Louis
Domingue.
I think I found the game that I went to. February 23rd, 2013. Oilers, Yotes.
Oilers.
It was this game. Now let's play a game called February 23rd, 2013 Oilers box score. That's something I really like about like Hockey Reference is you can find all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like so easy. Oilers win 3-2 over the Phoenix Coyotes. Scoring summary. The Yotes are up 2-0. Kyle Chip Chura from Nick Johnson and Paul Bissonnette. And then Matthew Lombardi from Bodker and Korpikoski. But the Oilers come storming back. Jordan Eberle from Yakupov and Gagner. And then Leaf legend Timu Hartakainen from Ryan Smith and Justin Schultz. Mike Smith played that game. Smith. Who is David Rundblad?
I remember David Rundblad. He played for Chicago when I went there.
Antoine Vermette.
David Rundblad bomb. When Domi scored his first career hat trick against the Oilers.
Did he actually?
And then OEL won it in overtime. OEL had a 4-point game.
What's the game that you and Ryan went to?
That wasn't that long ago. That was in grade 10. I'll find that game after.
Because didn't the Oilers win? What did the Yotes? It was an OT.
The Yotes won in a shootout.
Oh, so everything I said was wrong.
I found the Ortio shutout game I went to.
Here's the thing. Preview that for them because they don't know about this.
Okay.
You told me about the Yanni Ortio shutout game.
I thought about this earlier, and then I realized I was thinking about old games I went to. I went to a Battle of Alberta, second last game at Rexall. Yoni Ortio was starting for the Flames, and the Flames won 5-0. First goal of the game, Michael Backlund shorthanded from Josh Juris and Derek Engelin. Second goal.
Josh Juris, Leaf legend.
Joe Colborne from Backlund, and I forgot about Jyrki Jakimpa. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, doesn't he still plays, I think. Also, Joel Colborne, I have to shout him out. Do you know why? Leaf legend.
Then in the third period, I remember these goals were like identical. Johnny Gaudreau scored 2. Both set up by Monahan. One from Ferland and Colborne. And then fifth goal, Michael Backlund.
Michael Backlund's actually been kind of hot recently. Doesn't he have like 2 goals in his last 3 games?
Yeah, I think so. Derek Grant played for the Flames.
What? Derek Grant?
Yeah, he played 15 games for the Flames.
Derek Grant played for the Flames? What is this?
That is something I never knew.
And Cody's a Flames fan. I didn't even know this.
Jakob Nekladel, I remember that guy.
Holy
Brandon Bolig.
Not Brandon Bolig. He played, 50. Derek Grant was kind of a beast in the AHL for the Stockton Heat. 45 points in 36 games with 27 goals. Derek, my God. I forgot about Derek Grant. Derek Grant feels so old.
Yeah.
He's only 31. I feel like he's been in the league since Patrick Marleau, who I didn't know wasn't playing this year.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Like I just thought he was playing in bad because he played really shitty last year. Not to diss Patrick Marleau, because I do love Patrick Marleau, Leaf legend, great Canadian,
Good old Canadian kid,
one of the greatest players ever. But let's be real, he was bad last year. 9 points, 4 goals in 56 games. Good old Patrick. Penguins legend, should I say. That's something that shouldn't happen. Like him, I also think he should have stayed in San Jose his whole career. Let's have a little test. Not a test, but a discussion. If you were someone of Patrick Marleau's tenure and you played, because if you played for a certain team for as long as Patrick Marleau did, like how many he played, this is a lot to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you played 19 years for one team, would you leave in free agency? What's your thoughts?
9 years for a team?
19.
Oh.
Unless
unless if it's like my last year. So if you want to like try to win a cup or something. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but the thing that sucks, obviously, loved him on the Leafs because it's Patrick Marleau. How can't you love him? But like, he just went right back to San Jose after getting bought out by Carolina. We should talk about Hurricanes legend Patrick Marleau, but that's gotta be a tough decision unless they didn't offer him the contract or the money. But I'd assume they would because they did it for Joe Thornton, and Joe Thornton wasn't the best. I don't know. I think I would probably. It depends on where you are in your career, like you said. Like if you're chasing a cup, then fuck it. Why not? Then I'll leave and go somewhere else. Why not? What, did you find something?
Yeah, I found the 2 games I went to in Chicago. I just keep finding them.
You just keep finding them. You want to tell us?
Brandon Saad scored.
Yep.
Duncan Keith scored. Burakovsky scored. Johansson scored from Matt Niskanen. And the game-winning goal. The assists on the game winner were Carl Alsner and Matt Niskanen and Joel Ward scored.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of awesome.
Oh my gosh, Brian Bickle still played.
Brian Bickle.
And David Rundblad.
Fuck David Rundblad, dude. I don't even know David Rundblad.
Second game was against San Jose. Chris Versteeg, Brent Sheebrook.
Versteeg, Leaf legend.
Nick Hammer, Hard Eyes.
I do remember David Rundblad. Now that I look at him, I recognize the face from the old Chels. David Rundblad. Ironic that the Yotes let him take a shot in that shootout. He's still playing today.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of the devil, Patrick Marleau got an assist the game I went to against San Jose. Oh, Johnny Oduya did too.
Johnny Oduya. You can have some good puns with Johnny Oduya.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Oduya.
I can't think of any right now, but I feel like you could set it up really well, you know?
Oh my God, Antti Niemi was playing that game.
I forgot about Antti Niemi. Didn't he win the cup in 2010?
I think so. And Peter Reagan.
Oh boy, Peter Reagan.
And Jeremy Morin.
I think Jeremy Morin played for the Leafs. I gotta double check this now.
I think you might be right. That kind of rings a bell.
Jeremy Morin. I think he played for the Leafs.
The Leafs.
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. He never played for the Leafs. Played for the Marlies. He played 13 games for the Marlies.
Oh.
But I was thinking about this earlier. What do you classify as a, quote, legend of a team? Because we talk about Leaf legends and Yote legends and Oiler legends. I think if you're under contract, you're a blank legend. Like, I don't think you have to play a game. I think you have to be under contract.
Yeah.
If that's true, Jeremy Morin, Leaf and Yote legend, Tucson Roadrunners. Jeremy, wow.
I found another game I went to. Yotes, Oilers. Yotes won 2-1. Verbata scored from OEL. Then in the third, Losek tied it, set up by McDavid and Draisaitl. And then with just under 4 minutes left, Jamie McGinn wins it, assisted Dvorak and Duclair.
Jamie McGinn.
Oh my God, dude, I can't believe Losek scored.
I saw Losek score in the playoffs. I think it was the first game of round 1 against San Jose. Because I remember they lost that game in OT to Melker Karlsson.
That was awesome.
I
remember that goal.
I went to 2 playoff games and they lost both. They lost game 1 to San Jose and they lost game 3 to Anaheim. That was the game where they set up that trick play off the hop. Remember, because Ricard Raquel scored off the trick play. And that was also the game where I saw some dude chuck a beer from the upper bowl and hit someone in the lower bowl, which I thought...
That's so funny.
No, because it was 3-0 Ducks, and the Oilers come back to tie it 3-3. And then I remember Cam Talbot gave up a weak one 30 seconds later. I saw this beer get chucked, and this guy, fuck! Don't throw beer at games.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Plus, you also paid $10 for that shit.
Don't wait. That's a waste of money even more.
Now that I'm legal and able to drink at games, that's $11.
Yeah.
Don't fucking throw it. What the fuck? A, you have to be drunk to throw it. And if you have to be drunk or stupid, which I think if you're throwing shit you paid $11 for, stupid. But I guess that's the same philosophy with hats at games because they're a lot more than $11 and then you throw them. But
it's Hat trick.
Hat trick is like a thing that happens. Chucking beer is just some dude that's mad that Cam Talbot gave up a goal, which it was a weak goal. If I'm remembering it correctly, I think it was a weak shot off the right wing wall that beat him. But don't throw your beer. That's the first time I think I've been to a game where I've seen beer thrown. Ironically, the 2 games I've been to this year, it was the 2 games that there was Oiler jerseys thrown on the ice, Toronto and Florida, which was a crazy game, the Florida game, just because the Oilers outplayed them all the first period, and then I left when it was 3-0, then I got in my car and it was 6-0, and I'm like, I checked the watch, I'm like, that was 3 minutes, which is so bad, dude. Mm-hmm. Oilers made some moves. Do you want to talk about any more games you've been to before we get into Evander Kane?
Well, yeah, I'm still finding them.
Because I saw you make a big
I found the
expression.
Tampa Oiler game me, Ryan, and Kyle went to.
Let's hear it.
This was actually a really sick game. Taylor Beck took a penalty.
Leaf legend, Taylor Beck.
Later, cuckoo. First goal of the game, Misyk scored. Then Jonathan Drouin tied it. Then Tyler Johnson scored to give him a 2-1 lead, assist to Conacher and Nestorov.
Holy shit.
And then Draisaitl tied it. And then it went to a shootout. Letestu scored on Bishop. Point was stopped. Draisaitl was stopped. Drouin scored. Then McDavid scored. And then Brian Boyle got stopped to end the game.
I think I remember watching that on TV.
And yeah, Steven Stamkos was out. Because I remember Kyle was sad.
There was a game where Connor McDavid scored 4 goals against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go to it, but I got sick. And I couldn't go. Which really sucks. I remember watching it on TV and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm like, I have flu symptoms. And I'm like, ugh. That's before COVID happened. That's before flu symptoms turned into...
It was bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I was like, just fucked up. I'm like, I just watched this dude score 4 goals. Do you want to get into the Edmonton Oilers and Evander Kane? Or do you have one more?
That Yoke game I went to that they won 2-1 and McGinn scored the winner. Tony DeAngelo was playing that game.
Tony DeAngelo.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm done.
In... junior, when Tony DeAngelo got in trouble for saying a racial slur, and then they interviewed him and his dad was like, that's just what we say.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And then the Tampa Bay's like, I'm gonna pick you in the first round. And I'm like, oh, okay. Tony DeAngelo.
Tampa picked him?
Tampa picked him, and then they traded him to Arizona, who traded him to New York. I think. I'm pretty sure. Tony DeAngelo, just because I want to make sure. I know Tampa did pick him. I don't know what the trade was. It was just for a second-round pick, which is Libor Hayek, New York Ranger legend.
Yeah.
Tony DeAngelo also in the trade for Derek Stepan when the Yotes traded him, and Antti Ranta. Tony DeAngelo and Elias Anderson, which is kind of a funny trade because they both have been... quote, problematic throughout their young career. Like, Tony DeAngelo also definitely on a different level. Like, Tony DeAngelo is just a piece of shit and racist, and Elias Anderson just kind of has attitude issues.
Yeah.
So different scales. Like, I'm not comparing being racist to throwing your silver medal into the stands.
That was funny.
That was funny because I remember a guy caught it and they panned to him with the cameras and he was like celebrating, and then I think they panned to him 5 minutes later and they took his medal. And
I remember the guy was just chilling and he put it on and he was just like,
yeah. Could you imagine if you had a fucking silver medal because some kid threw it over the stands?
Yeah.
It is crazy thinking about World Juniors being like our age. Actually, not, because you can't be 18 and play in the World Juniors, right?
18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 21. It's 21 and under.
Yeah.
I got confused.
Except
Hell yeah.
I think they can,
we're still eligible.
I think it
Let's go.
I think a team can only have like a couple 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think there's a limit.
There has to be, because then they would just stack it with 20-year-olds. That's the thing that's kind of fucked up about junior hockey, is they have like 21-year-olds playing against the rare occasion 15. That's men versus kids.
I found a player you forgot about.
I remember a lot of players.
This guy, Johan V2.
I do remember the name, but I did forget about I believe New Jersey legend Johanna V2.
He only played 58 games, and he played for New Jersey and Edmonton.
When you said it, took a second to register, and I'm like, oh yeah, the defenseman Johanna V2.
Sorry to interrupt, but I can't believe I found that guy.
I can't believe that you're probably the only person. And do you think, how many people do you think have clicked on Johanna V2's like hockey DB page in the last like year?
He only played 11 minutes. The game I was at.
Shout out Johanna V2.
Only person who played less than him was Eero Pekkarinen.
I forgot about him. And Jesse Joensuu, Timo Hartikainen, Jared Smithson.
Tim O'Leary was playing that game
for the Oilers.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about Mike on the Oil.
Mike.
Who'd they trade him? UC Jokinen. That's that.
Oh my gosh!
Because I remember UC Jokinen started really shit, and then they went, okay, Jokinen for Camilleri. Olli Jokinen, Leaf legend. He only played like 10 games, and it was in a shitty like trade deadline trade where they traded Cody Franzen and Mike Santorelli. I forgot about Mike Santorelli. Okay, we're almost an hour in.
All I've talked about is the games I've been to.
Yeah, we spent like the last hour scrolling through Hockey DB and going like, ooh, that's pretty cool.
It is a lot of fun.
It is for us. Here's the thing. For us, it's pretty cool. I don't know how people are gonna find it listening.
Yeah, sorry, this might be boring.
Like, I didn't really think about that till now. But could you imagine listening and be like, I wonder what game they went to next? I'm like, yeah, Teddy Purcell got an assist this game, and the Mucky's like, dude, Teddy.
Oh, Ryan will be hyped if he's listening.
No, he's not. He doesn't listen. Never. Mucky.
Ever.
Mucky, you listen. If you hear this right now, send it. Everyone listening, if you hear this right now, send it to Ryan Thompson. Now. I'm begging you.
Oomph.
Let's talk about Ryan's team, the Edmonton Oilers. What do you think? Evander Kane finally signs and scores.
Well, I mean, it's a good fit for the Oilers. They could use him, but
player-wise, yes.
But I really don't like the guy, and it's kind of a big risk.
Here's the thing. Apparently, other teams like Tampa and Florida were interested, and I do believe that. But Evander Kane's not signing in Edmonton to win a cup.
Yeah.
He's playing for a contract because no disrespect to the Oilers or anything like that, but you don't. How do I word this without sounding like I'm bashing the Oilers? You don't pick Edmonton over Tampa or Florida.
Yeah.
He wants to play with McDavid or Draisaitl and cash in this summer.
Yeah.
Because terminated contract, I don't know if you get paid your deal out if it's terminated. Like, he'll get paid.
I doubt it.
Like, that's because if it's a buyout, then yeah, but this is a termination. I don't think he'd get paid this contract. If he's going to, that's the thing that kind of sucks is maybe he's here for hockey reasons, but I think he's just trying to cash out because you don't pick Edmonton over Tampa. Edmonton's like 5th in the Pacific, which is one of the worst divisions in the league. Not one of the worst division in the league. But the thing is also the Oilers could get hot and sneak into the playoffs. Same with the Flames. Same with the Ducks. Any team. LA.
Anyone.
Except Seattle. Sorry, Seattle. You suck. Jonas Donskoi scored his first goal of the season. Finally.
Ethan's like, he's so good.
My opinion on Jonas Donskoi has changed over the half season. Now that I know he has 1 goal. You know who has more? Nick Ritchie. He has 2. Brett Ritchie, not so much.
Dude, Eunice had the same amount of Brett until now.
I don't know how I would. I'm moving the mic. I don't know how I would feel if I had the. You know what? I do know how I feel because we do. Currently, we have the same amount of goals as Brett Ritchie. How does it feel being an NHL player? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Brett Ritchie gets paid a lot of money to do the same as me and Cody. Yeah. Nothing. Except score on himself tonight. Shout out Brett Ritchie. There's a few games where Brett Ritchie looks good. Was it last season or the preseason when he went to shoot it into the empty net and just missed?
That was last season
against Vancouver, I think. Yeah. Shout out Brett Ritchie. If the Flames win the cup, I'll get a Brett Ritchie jersey. Mark my words. Actually, if Brett Ritchie plays and they win the cup, if they trade Brett Ritchie and they win the cup, I'm not getting a Brett Ritchie jersey. That's all I'm saying. No, but I think obviously it's a great fit for the Oilers because he wasn't signed officially last episode, right?
No. Oh, no.
So this is kind of the first time we get to talk about it. Obviously, he scored against the shitty-ass Montreal Canadiens who suck and are bad. Don't they have like 8 wins?
Yeah, Calgary has more shutouts than Montreal does wins.
The funny thing is if Montreal doubles their win total, they'll have 16, which is the worst. Not the worst. I think Washington in the 70s had like 8 wins. But in the Cap era, if Montreal keeps playing like this is one of the worst teams ever iced.
Yeah. And
they made it to the Stanley Cup final, and they beat the Leafs. Shout out Montreal. Sam Montembeault.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what happened? Did you hear what happened with Florida last night?
No.
Leaf legend Mason Marchment had 6 points.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Sorry.
And here's the thing. Dennis Mulligan is cool. He didn't score 6 points last night.
Oh, no.
I saw this post where it's like Mason Marchment joins a list of active NHL players with 6-point games, and it's like only like a handful. Like I also saw a post. There's like 6 really good, not 6 specifically. There's a bunch, but it was like Ovi, Stamkos, McDavid. It's like a bunch of these players who don't have 6-point games, and I'm thinking to myself, Mason Marchment was a shitty Leaf, and now he's point per game with the Panthers. You know who also has a 6-point game? Sam Gagner, 8 points. Active. He's one of these. It's ironic because he's one on the list. It's like a bunch of superstars, and then Mason Marchment and Sam Gagner. So shout out Mason Marchment for making me feel like shit. His dad played for the Oilers a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, Brian Marchment.
Wow. I found another cool thing out. I saw Gaetan Haas's first NHL goal.
That's really cool.
Row 8 in the lower bowl.
What game was this?
Yotes Oilers. That was when Stepan wanted an OT, and I was hyped. That was when I was on TV.
Have we ever talked about that?
No, I was on TV once. Oh my God, Barrett was playing. Oh yeah, that was Ness's game. Oh yeah.
Explain to the audience. How were you on TV?
Okay, so this is my first time. That was my first time ever sitting lower bowl for an Oiler game, and whenever I go to a Yotes Oilers game, I'm always one of the lone Coyote fans. And during the U.S. it was the national anthems. We sit back down. The game goes on, and I look at my phone in the first intermission, and I've got like 8 text messages, and everyone's like, "You're on TV. And Ethan sent me a pic of me and my dad on TV during the U.S. national anthem.
Well, I remember watching that, and then I was like, holy fuck, that's Cody. I'm like, oh, that guy looks a lot like Cody. And then I'm like, oh, my God, that is Cody.
It is Cody.
Like, I don't think I'll ever experience that because when the Leafs come to town, I'm not the only Leaf fan. It's a lot of them. Like, it was a really cool... and I wish they also came more. Like, I only get to see them once a year. Like, the Yotes... I don't... is it still like 3 times? If they're in the Central? I don't know. Because I guess they switched to here, to Edmonton.
Yeah, the Yotes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play because they've played in Arizona twice and they come here once.
I guess there's no point in going to the game. Are you going to go?
We could. They'll get clapped. Well, actually, the last game I think was only 5-3.
Only 5-3. Here's the thing. If I would go to that game, because I bet we talked about this last episode, we could get cheap tickets. I bet it's Arizona. Dyson Mayo coming home to Edmonton.
I'll wear my Gunther jersey at least.
I forgot you had a GT. We got some contract.
DG.
What did I say?
GT.
Why the fuck did I say GT?
The GT. I'm like, huh?
DG. We do that with a few players. I remember once we were playing NHL and we had the Islanders and it was Andy Green and I'm like, go AG!
That was when we had the Green and Mayfield pair.
That's what I love playing with Chell is we would make our power play Garth Grinders and then the defense would be Green and Mayfield and
we'd score.
There was a few times we made Garth Grinders play like 25 minutes. That time we were playing as the Oilers and Alan Quine played a whole 20-minute period because he didn't get off.
Change.
That's the one thing I miss about the NHL games being really shitty is we miss those moments. Yeah. Like when it was a 2-on-1 coming back. Because the teams we played with have really shifted. Like we used to play with the Oilers so we could play with Joakim Nygard, Patrick Russell, and Gaetan Haas.
Another fact, I saw Joakim Nygard score as well.
His first?
No, his third. It was also against the Yotes in a lower bowl game I was at. That was the game the Yotes got clapped 7-3.
Oh, yeah.
And Cheyenne had 4 points.
Riley Cheyenne.
Oh, man.
No, but we used to play as the Oilers, and then we went to the Flames, and then we went to the Islanders to play with Garth Grinders. But this one time, we were playing with the Oilers, and it was a 2-on-1 coming back, and Mike Green was the only defenseman like there, and then he just went for a change, and it became a 2-on-0. And we were like, what the? We're like, Mike,
get back,
because he just went for a change. Who got hit in the face with that puck when we were playing?
It was Gaetan. Oh, it was either Gaetan or Patrick Russell.
I think it was Gaetan because we tried to slap shot it out of our zone on the PK, and it hit Gaetan in the face. Did we get scored on?
I don't think so.
That's the one thing I really love about playing Chell is we get really into it. And that one time it was a 2-on-1 and Cody was the only defenseman back and he went to hit him, but he missed and it was a 2-on-0 and then they scored and then Cody was like, good job, Eve. And I was like, Eve? It's like, what do you mean? Like, that was you. That one time we were playing last year and I was snake bitten for like 6 games and all you heard on my mic was, Cody, I'm going to fucking lose it. There's been a few good Chell games. I think we should transition into the contract extensions.
Yeah, I'm done looking at players now, so I'm focused.
Okay. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Cody's focused.
Yeah, sorry. Most of the time you're just talking and I'm just looking through games.
Well, here's the thing is
like the time you're like 19 seasons and I'm like 9 seasons.
Yeah, I'm like the Washington Capitals drafted this guy and you're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, who do you think it is? You're like, huh? I'm like, Cody. I'm like, you're guessing and you're like, oh. Because
Did I get it?
You did from the Winter Classic.
Oh yeah, Carl.
With the Winter Classic picture with the sunglasses.
Carl, he's like,
I love that picture so much. The fun part is the funny thing is like I'll be talking and then I'll see Cody like looking at his computer and I'm like, I know he's looking at games right now. And then I'm like, 19 seasons. You're like, show 9 seasons.
I can't believe I saw Gaetan's first as an Oiler.
I didn't really see a lot of shitty players score their first.
I've seen lots of shitty players score.
I saw Laurent Brossois' first 2 games, ironically, and they weren't like on purpose. It just happened to happen. I saw Leon's first.
We saw Sevier score at the Leaf game.
That wasn't his first, though.
Oh, I guess his first was an Oiler.
Like, I'm talking first NHL. We saw Clefbaum. I saw Jujhar Khaira against the Yotes. I saw Josh Curry against the Ducks.
Me and Hoop saw his first game.
Yeah, Ryan's like, yeah! Took 5 more hours.
Just get it started.
We just got copyright claimed. Probably not, because we didn't play it. Okay.
Flames are losing.
What's the score?
3-1.
Who's...
Sagan.
Fuck. Brett Ritchie, though. Okay. We've had a few contract extensions/signings. Pittsburgh Penguins. Jeff Carter. 2-year deal. 3.125 per. What do you think? It's something.
Meh. Jeff Carter's really old.
Jeff Carter is like 37.
And I didn't realize he was that old.
The thing is like Jeff Carter's played really well, but
you gotta hope that keeps up at his age. Like
this reminds me of
Schmidt.
Yeah, 2-year deal for Jeff Carter. He's like 37. You're gonna pay a guy over $3 million till he's 39. The fuck?
Yeah, that's not good.
Like he's a fun. Like I don't think the cap hit's crazy. I just think the age is something. That's a big thing with me is long-term deals. This isn't a long-term deal, but like just how old the player is. Like we didn't have the pod back then, but when Ryan Nugent-Hopkins signed his extension, it's like you're gonna commit that money to a guy who'll be like 37 when this is done. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I guess the same thing with Morgan Rielly, but I also feel like Morgan Rielly's more valuable on defense than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is on offense.
Yeah.
No, but Jeff Carter, meh. Like a 37-year-old getting a 2-year deal is not ideal, I feel like. Nick Holden, as you put in the notes.
Holden D's nuts.
I didn't even know that Nick Holden D's nuts got a... Nick Holden is 35?
Seriously?
Yes. What? I thought Nick Holden was like 28.
I was just going to say, I would have guessed that he's in his high 20s. How has he been in the league that long?
Everybody shut up. We just found out that Nick Holden was 35. Nick Holden is 4 years older than Braden McNabb. Jeff Carter's 2 years older than Nick Holden.
He's 34.
He'll be 35. It says 35 on Cap Friendly.
I still can't believe he played for Columbus.
Yes. John Gillies.
He was actually decent with Colorado and New York.
Let's play a game called Who's Older? Nick Holden or Tuukka Rask?
Tuukka.
If I believe they're the same age. I think they're both 34. Tuukka Rask.
Because I know Tuukka's like mid to high 30s.
Tuukka Rask is 34. And apparently, according to you, source Cody, Nick Holden is 34. Yep. Cap Friendly says 35. I bet that's when the contract extension kicks in. They signed a 34-year-old to an extension. Like this kicks in next year. He's gonna be 35.
Yep.
Nick Holden, D's nuts. Vegas signed a trio of players. Logan Thompson, who's a goalie.
Mike Amadio.
Yeah, Mucky was like, Mike Amadio's actually been really good on the fourth line this year. And I said, Mike Amadio fucking sucks. Because he does. And that's another thing. I love Mucky, but Mike Amadio? He's like, I love Mike Amadio. Fourth line, GOAT. No, he didn't say that, but 2-year deal for someone who is not very good is interesting, to say the least. Like I don't know what you can say. Like, Michael Amadio kind of sucks.
Kind of buns.
But, like, fine, you sign him to a 2-year deal that pays him, like, league minimum. I don't know why I'm complaining over, like, a league minimum contract.
Yeah.
Michael Amadio, I'm picking a fight with you. Braden McNabb, he signed a 3-year deal, I do believe. Correct? Yeah, 3-year deal, 2.85 per. Braden McNabb also isn't the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, Braden McNabb's not great.
Kings legend. Yeah, Braden McNabb.
Is he a cup champ?
I can find that. He might be. He might seriously be. I don't think so. I don't think he played.
I think he played with LA the year they got swept by Vegas.
No, because he's always been on Vegas.
Oh.
From the beginning. Buffalo Sabre legend Braden McNabb.
He played with LA before them.
Yeah, he played on the shitty Kings. He didn't even get to play with the Cup champ Kings.
Yeah.
Wow, Braden McNabb.
I thought he played for Buffalo.
Kootenay Ice. I forgot that Kootenay was a WHL team. Sam Reinhart.
Another Winnipeg.
I
saw a game against the Kootenay Ice and Michael St. Clair scored.
I don't remember. I do remember seeing a game against Kootenay. I don't remember what the score was. I just remember thinking, "Oh, I don't know what the fuck Kootenay is or where it is." I think it's in BC. I still don't know for sure. I think it's BC, but they moved to Winnipeg, so doesn't even matter. Shout out Sam Reinhart. No, but Braden McNabb is okay. He's gonna be 31 when this contract starts. He might be 31 now. Who knows? But 3 years for a mediocre defenseman is a lot.
Top 6, yeah. Probably
Still
a bottom pair guy.
Mucky, you let us know what you think, because I think Mucky's kind of biased when it comes to stuff. He was also mad at you the other day because there's a rumor about Tkachuk signing with Vegas if he hits the UFA, and I don't know if you were joking or not, but you were like, I will become a Vegas fan if this happens, and Mucky's like, so you chirp me for doing the same thing, but then you're gonna do it now.
I'm not gonna actually jump on the Vegas wagon. I definitely wouldn't hate them as much though.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna be a Vegas fan.
Mucky,
that'd be a miracle if they got Tkachuk.
They don't have the money.
Yeah.
Especially after signing Michael Amadio.
And Eichel. Well, they didn't sign him, but...
Let's have it...
signing Braden McNabb.
There's almost $3 million for Braden McNabb. That's a lot of money. It's less than he's making now, technically, but... that's also another thing, is they're gonna have to trade a player to bring Eichel off IR. Unless they have someone...
one.
Yeah, unless they have someone on LTIR.
Smith will be gone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's on a 1-year deal right now. They could trade him.
And Mucky doesn't like him.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I like Riley Smith.
Me too. The other day Mucky was like, I don't like Riley Smith, and I'm like,
why? It's Riley Smith.
Isn't Riley Smith a part of the... What's that line called? The
Misfits.
The Misfit line.
I think it's him, Carlson, and go suck on your mama's titties.
It is, as John Cherry would say, John Mashero, William Carlson, a Duck legend, apparently. I forgot about that.
Huh?
Yeah, he played with the Ducks.
Yeah.
And Riley Smith. I don't. Unless Riley Smith had a bad turnover that cost him a game, I don't know. I don't know where the hate for Riley Smith comes, because I think Riley Smith's a pretty good player.
So do I.
Let us know. We gotta have Mucky on. We haven't had him on in 2022.
Yeah.
Mucky, come on the show. Debate why you hate Riley Smith. You know what? The day that Riley Smith gets traded, we'll bring Mucky on. We'll let him call in. We'll Zoom him. We'll interview him.
Zoom him.
Yeah, he's our Vegas insider. If we actually wanted to do interviews with people, we could literally Zoom them and just record it and then add on. Because I do want to start. I think it would be cool if we got to interview people. It's just cool. Who would interview with us? Because not to diss our own brand, but we're a pretty small. We broke the 42 subscriber barrier, and if you bring up your SoundCloud numbers, we're at about 54, 55.
That's pretty cool.
No, but like I think because that's something I do want to start reaching out to people for, like because I don't think it's I really don't think it's like too crazy to get WHL players. Like I that's not that hard.
Oh, no.
I'm not talking like first overall pick because that's hard. But I feel like if we were to contact enough players, we'd get someone to interview. If you're a WHL player or work in sports media,
should we try to get an interview?
Yeah, why not?
That'd be cool.
This is business talk on the show, but
get DG.
Oh, dude, that would be really cool. That is one of my that is something I want to
what 9th overall pick?
He's up there.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's something that might happen eventually. I feel like if we keep doing this, we could get some people.
Let's make a sign to the next Oil King game we go to. Be on our pod.
Yeah. Why? Fuck it. Come on, the Misyk And Maat.
Dude. It's like two 18-year-olds. We're like, yeah!
DG. He's like,
come on our pod.
He's like, huh? He's like, what the fuck? He's like, who are you? No, but that is something I do want to start doing. So maybe that's something I want to have by the end of, like by the summer. I want to at least have someone that we could interview. Because I don't think it's that crazy. You just have to
like a player
or someone.
Dude, that'd be intense.
Not really. It's just a conversation.
That'd be so cool, though.
It would be pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, I'd be hype.
Like, I'm not talking like, let's interview Mucky. No disrespect to Mucky, but he's just like one of our best friends.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I don't think it's like out of the ballpark to think in the next few months maybe we could get someone. Someone would come on. It's only like 5 minutes. You gotta think. Like we're not taking up an hour of their time. Like it's not a crazy ask.
Well, yeah, it's got to be longer than 5 minutes. So what are we gonna ask them? 3 questions?
Well, that's a normal radio interview, like 5 to 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Well, yes, I would love to have them for the whole show, but also players I don't think want to speak for a long time.
Yeah. So we just Zoom them or something?
Yeah, well, I don't know how it would work, but I think we would come into the studio, Zoom them and record the Zoom meeting, and then record it, and then we could start our show after that. Like, just keep going from there after we're done with the interview.
Sure.
It's all business shit. We've never conducted an interview before.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
It's something that we can definitely work on, and something that I have started working on. I've only contacted a few people.
Really? Who?
We'll get into names after the show.
Yeah, tell me after.
No one's responded.
Well, obviously, but tell me who.
I will. Yeah,
Was it dub players?
A couple.
Oh, DG.
There's also a few
probably asked Matt.
I don't think Matt would respond.
I don't think so either.
No, but we would.
He's younger than us.
That's the crazy thing is like some of these people are like in high school, and I'm like
chilling here with our 50 subscribers.
I'm like, do you want to come on our show? I haven't really contacted any big names, but I have contacted a few dub players.
That's cool.
And I think there's I'll tell you more after the show, because actually I don't think I should talk about this on air.
I'm getting hyped now.
Well, we can talk about it after.
Yeah.
We're like an hour 20 in. We're not going to go for much longer anyways.
Okay.
Jordan Greenway.
It's kind of buns.
Yeah, Jordan Greenway signed a 3-year extension worth $3 million per. Jordan Greenway is overrated, and I'm here to talk about it because Jordan Greenway kind of sucks.
I didn't like him after World Juniors.
When was that?
I don't know, but I remember he scored against Canada, and I went, fuck, and I'm like, I don't like that guy.
Like, I'm not dissing Jordan Greenway, but I think he gets looked at as the third player on a good defensive line and gets overrated, especially in NHL. I think he's like an 85.
Seriously?
It's something like that.
Oh my gosh, NHL, dude.
Not to I'm not dissing Jordan Greenway because Jordan Greenway will be a better player than I'll ever be or ever even think about being, but like, I don't know, dude. Like, Jordan Greenway kind of sucks. If you look at his advanced stat metrics, Trevor Lewis produces better. In a lesser role, obviously, Trevor Lewis plays like third line, fourth line, and a lot less ice time. But like, come on, let's pump the brakes on Jordan Greenway. Jordan Greenway is the Cincinnati Reds of the NHL. Why did you roll your eyes?
Because you're going to go off now, so just give her. You're like Tucker Barnhart.
I've already talked about the Reds. That was 15 episodes ago.
Yeah.
That in weeks, that's almost 3-4 months. That's a long time. And I still hate you, Cincinnati. I actually have started to like Cincinnati a little more.
When I went there for a road to the show once, and then I was traded 1-for-1 for Garrett Cole.
I think that was a while. Wasn't that a few games ago?
Huh?
Wasn't that a few games ago?
Games?
Well, yeah, they come out with new games every year.
Oh, yeah, that was like 2 games ago.
You're like
so confused. I'm like, I didn't play yesterday, or so confused.
Well, when you first went games, I was like, what do you mean?
Oh my god, the Flames tied it. Oh my gosh. Breadman and then Kachuk. Oh my gosh.
Yeah!
I did not expect that, if I'm brutally honest.
Leafs won 7-1.
And I think your sister liked our post.
Probably. She did. That's my mom.
Oh, whoops. Well, I don't know who that is.
Shout out to my mom.
That's your sister.
You're like our sister. Your sister liked our post, and I'm like, that's my mom, buddy. No, but Jordan Greenway kind of sucks.
It was Johnny, not Kachuk, sorry.
That's stupid. I have Kachuk in fantasy.
Kachuk still got an assist.
Are they at home?
Nope.
Of course the bread man scored then.
He has 19 road goals, 1 at home. He has 20 goals. Bread man.
I saw, you know who Boban Yarmonovich is?
Was that post?
By Lusick?
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that.
He's a backup center in the NBA, so I don't expect you to know who he is, but he's like 7'4".
I saw the post, yeah.
And I was looking at the people, and the bread man looks like a kid.
I know.
Next to Marjanovic.
He's like so small.
And like
so sick.
It's crazy how the fuck are you 7'4"?
I don't know.
Like,
dude, Mike's only 6'4".
Yeah, our friend Michael's 6'4". You know who Yao Ming is? Right?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Like, I saw this picture of Shaq and Yao Ming standing beside each other, and Shaq looks small. And I'm like, I'm like, that's Shaq.
It's like head hits this roof.
Yeah. That's...
Oh my god, dude, that's so scary.
Maybe not that...
Could you imagine, like, looking at the top of there?
Yeah, like, we have a sound...
It's so tall.
Like, we're in a legit recording studio, so we have a bunch of padding set up around us. And this padding on the walls, like, maybe, like, 7-8 feet off the ground. And that would... that's almost head level for those dudes. That's fucking crazy. Oh my! I've never really thought about how tall basketball players really are. Like, that's redonk.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Insane.
Ridiculous.
Unthinkable.
Fuck. I don't know.
Out of this world.
I was gonna go over the moon, but that's more of a joyous expression. I'm over the moon right now.
I'm on cloud 9.
I can't think. Cloud9 over the moon. I'm going crazy right now. No, we're like an hour 30-ish in. Cody wore his Tim Stützle jersey.
Because my boy Tim sniped the OT winner yesterday. Oilers.
Here's the thing. The Oilers took another L.
To Ottawa.
Yeah, they lost 2 games to Ottawa, which was crazy because they dicked Ottawa last year.
Yeah, I think they won like...
Maybe I shouldn't say they dicked them.
Like they played them 10 times, and I think Edmonton won every game.
Stuart Skinner gave up 5 goals, and they won 7-5 last year.
I thought it was 10-8.
Last year?
I thought it was something like that.
Fuck, maybe it was. I thought it was 7-5.
Oh no,
that might be a different game too. They kicked Ottawa shit every game. It was
an insanely high scoring game.
It could have happened in multiple games because they ran Ottawa's show. No, but they lost again to Ottawa. I remember because this was last night and I was watching the Leaf game. Shout out Alex Kerfoot. I guess the Flames just took the lead off Cody's expression. Who scored?
Oh my god, dude. Oliver Shillington.
Yeah. How much time is left?
2 minutes.
In the game?
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
Let me go, baby.
Let me go, baby.
I love Oliver Shillington. Got an assist at the game I went to.
See, first
that was on
pick?
Lusak's goal.
Let's go.
Lusak.
Who did he score against the Leafs or just get an assist? I think he scored.
He scored, yeah.
Leafs and Flames play in February.
Oh, I missed that game. I have class that evening.
That's what sucks about evening classes.
When
is it?
Evening class, 6 to 10.
Is it a Thursday?
Yep. And the Flames played Vegas the day before, so I got Mucky and Eve.
That's when we got to have Mucky on the pod. We got to have Mucky. We could
have it the week after that.
Well, we could do it the Tuesday, and then Mucky and you can preview the game on Wednesday.
Flames win.
Well, Mucky's not here right now. He always comments on our pods, which is really fun. But his thing is I don't get the notification, so I don't see him until like 5 days later. And he's like, "Eth, you can cry me the biggest river. Breland said he was selling to the whole group chat. You had a chance to make a trade, and you didn't." Mucky, I clarified on the pod. I didn't make a trade for business reasons. If I made the trade, then I couldn't make the argument that we switch the rule next year. Mucky, maybe you should listen to the show before you comment, hoser.
Jeez.
You're banned from the show.
The time Mucky's like, Cody's calling me dust because I have a muffin shot. That last time at the ODR when we're like, wide open net, and Mucky ripped it out of the rink.
That was so awesome because we just snap it around and he had a wide open net and he just fucking, he like airmailed it up and out. He almost hit me in the face last year.
That could have been insanely bad.
Yeah, I was skating behind the net.
So close.
I was skating behind the net and he ripped it and he missed the net and almost hit me in the face and he just whoop.
Because I remember I was watching him and Ethan just went to get a puck and started skating away and then Mucky ripped it and it just missed Ethan's head and Ethan turned around and was like, Mucky!
He's like, huh? He's like, what?
That was the day Mucky went net. With no pads.
Yeah, he'll always go in net with no pads.
And he's like, oh yeah, shoot it.
He's like, come on. He's like, Marc-Andre. That time that we were at the ODR and you're like, here, Mucky, I'll pass it to you, and you're just looking off into the sky, and he's like, huh.
Yeah, it just went right by him.
And we're like,
Winter Classic day.
Oh yeah,
because that was the day the lights went off and we stayed out.
That was so awesome.
That was a perfect ODR day.
That was like a year ago, a couple days ago, and then we had thinking about how less busy we were last year.
I know. And
like also it's been really shit, like the weather conditions. Like it's either too cold to skate or it's melting the ice.
But like looking back on last year, like we had so much more free time.
Like we've only been a few times. And like we get like memories on our phones showing us like that we're at the ODR like every day last year, and I'm like, well, I missed this.
I've only been like 3 times this year.
I've been like 3 or 4 maybe, and every time we've went, the ice has been shit. Like I haven't been when the ice has been nice this year.
I've been once when the ice was nice, but it was so busy.
Yeah, because when the ice
there were like 20 people on the ice.
When the ice is nice, everyone comes out. Yeah. Like, it's stupid. We're at 9 o'clock. I got an 8 a.m. class tomorrow. I think we should wrap pretty soon.
Eve's going to bed.
Not right now. We have to go home. I go to sleep in the school. You know what? I probably could. I have on my... Because the thing is if I slept in the school, it wouldn't do anything because I have an online class. Like, I'd be doing this for no reason. Just for fun. Like those, like back in like 2016 where it's like 24-hour challenge. Like 24-hour challenge at school. I'm like, I do homework.
Oh, yeah.
Part of me always back then was like, I want to do this. And then I'm like, I don't want a criminal record.
Flames win.
I'm going to go, baby. Flames and Leaf win. Let's go.
Except the Flames game was hype, and I had to miss it.
Leafs won 7-1. Mitch Marner has goals in like 7 straight games, which is crazy because he doesn't score. And Michael Bunting has 4 goals in his last 3 games. We didn't even talk about Michael Bunting's hat trick, which I think was really awesome.
That was really cool
because he scored a hat trick on Hockey Night in Canada, which is also it was hometown hockey.
No, it was Hockey Day in Canada.
Fuck.
It was Hockey Day.
Okay.
The biggest day of the year.
Okay.
Hockey Day.
Hockey Day.
Hockey Day.
Yes, Hockey Day in Canada. They also have hometown hockey, which is in Scarborough, Ontario, which is where Michael Bunting is from. Then he scores a hat trick on his Scarborough Day. The fucking badass. Simmons is also from there. He didn't do anything. Simmer. Steve Dangle is like, Wayne Chain.
It's like all because of Wayne Chain Simmons.
Who did he beat up? I think it was Ben Sherratt.
Yep.
Ben Sherratt rumored to get a first-round pick in trades.
Oh, man.
Someone will do it. Hope it's not the Leafs. At the same time, I kind of do because I think Ben Sherratt's the perfect playoff player. Not for a first-round pick. Fuck that. We're at an hour 30, just over. Do you want to wrap? Is there anything more you want to talk about? You have a big...
Okay. So when the Flames tied at 3-3, almost immediately after, Shillington took a penalty, and then he got out of the box and scored the GWG.
That's actually really cool.
And this Flames fan posted, he's like, Shillington, you bastard. And then the next slide, he's like, Shillington, you are not a bastard.
Technically, the Flames won.
Oh, my God, that goal was dirty. Oh, my goodness gracious me. There was like 6 passes. Scores.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Back of the net. Jake Ottinger left out to dry. Jake Ottinger's really good. I like Jake Ottinger.
Dallas is weird. They have like 4 goalies.
Yeah.
Hudobin, Holtby, Ottinger, and I guess it's 3 because Ben Bishop retired. But 3 goalies. Who would you want? Jake Ottinger.
Yep.
And then I think it's Holtby, not Hudobin.
Yeah.
What did he say?
We are going home.
We are going home. Not Jake. Anton. I saw Anton Hudobin play against the Oilers with Carolina. The Oilers. I do think we should wrap though, because it's we started recording late, and I got to go to bed.
Alrighty then.
Do you want to plug anything?
Nah.
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 Okay. Sounds good. If you want to follow the Misyk And Maat Sports Talk on Instagram, I also think we should make a TikTok where we can post sound bites from our pods.
We could do a dance.
We could.
I was like when Matthews gets hat trick.
I was thinking we post clips from our pod, but we could also do dances too.
Sure.
Fuck it.
It's like a new pod today. We're like,
let's do it. My original plan.
New pod today.
No, my original plan is new pod today. The Fortnite dance. My original plan was to take clips from our pod and post it on there, like kind of what I've been lacking on doing on Instagram. but let's do some fucking dances. Sure. Let's become TikTok famous. Sure.
It's like Misyk and Maat's.
It's like Misyk and Maat dance account. It's like new pod today. It's like me twerking.
Oh, he has those fast videos. It's like new pod today.
Yeah, there's a few videos that I took of me jokingly twerking, and then I put it on ×2 speed, so it's like it's like up and down, up down.
Pepper.
On that note, I think it's time to wrap episode 18.
Yeah, we're making the TikTok.
The show is legal to drink.
Yeah.
18 years of age. Follow us on soon-to-be TikTok, Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. If you want to check out our website, it's in my Instagram bio or my Twitter bio, which is Ethan Maat, ETHAN MAAT. That's 2 A's. I said like 4 right there. What can you do? Subscribe and follow.
Thanks for listening.
Let's make this show big. Share it to your friends.
Share it to your family.
Share it to everyone you know. Everyone. If you're not listening to Misyk and Maat Sports Talk, what are you doing? No, but thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. I think Tuesday will probably be our recording day. It depends on a lot of outside factors, but like I think Tuesday is a pretty good assumption for us to record. I think, just because you don't work, you don't have school.
It depends how much homework I have, because I have plans earlier that day.
Which next week?
Yeah.
I'm just talking in general. Like it could switch any day.
It usually will be Tuesday though.
Yeah, just because